Yeah. I am doing great myself. This is my second time here, actually.
Yeah.
I love it. Just trying to send good vibes back because y'all got nothing but good vibes here. So thank y'all for having me here. I have 3 literary works which I would like to perform for y'all, little short ones. I think they're short. This first one I wrote back in 2000. It's actually my second one that I've ever written. It's titled, When I Was Just, actually no, I'm sorry, All I've Ever Wanted. Okay. All I've ever wanted in this whole wide world is a gentle, sweet lady who I could call my girl, who would twirl her curls and look at me with her pearls, hormonally swirling for me while we whirl, turning back the hands of time and intertwining as vines, making up our own little rhymes, and then we would climb sky high, hoping that together we die, then forever we fly up in the heavenly skies. But realize, I adamantly despise the lies which have broken the ties which I've tried before, ignored by ignorant whores who soared beneath the wings of niggas who had more. I simply want to adore, ensuring never to bore me or more. You've no idea what you're in store for. So if you want to soar high above the seas with me, mommy, please let me know where you be. I want a girl who'll be glad to be sad with me, and will be sad to be glad without me there to see, to be the heavenly haven I've been craving, for whom I've been paving the road by slaving. And she would be so absolutely amazing, as soft as a daisy, leaving me dazing and praising the gods which have said to me the most absolutely beautiful sight there is to see, loving me so that I'm calmed by her presence and at the same time comforted by her essence. And she would seek shelter in the strength of my arms and give strength to the weaknesses of my heart, which had been ripped apart, left with unhealable scars, even though when from the start I played my part. Why must it be so hard for me to find that one for whom I be the moon and she my sun? Kaz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
This next one's titled, When I Was Just a Boy. When I was just a boy, I had no idea of that which I never knew I didn't know, which is everything I know now. Had I known, I would have been unknowingly ahead of myself, leaving me far behind everything that I was to be. That being me. The memory of my past is presently here to write my history's future, which I forgot to not remember so that I wouldn't forget. If I recall, yesterday was tomorrow's today, therefore I never called in the first place. Yet you question my calling with the questionable answer you call for. I find that if I lose myself to be found, I will not be lost. So intrepidly, I trek the trepidation of my Odyssey's quest while fearing my fear of nothing. I can hear the blaring of the deafening silence while blindly looking to see what I can envision myself hearing. I look at that which I've been heard to have seen. A crystal clear, hazy fog, condoning the enablings of thwarting inhibitions, freely incarcerating my imprisoned liberties, permanently making my freedom temporary, like a finite infinity ending in a never-ending beginning. So I shall stop to start the completion of my commencement before the aftermath rises up to come down into the full emptiness of my vastly expanded limitations. I'm just here not being here. I am what I'm not, whatever that is. I have no idea where I am. I had an idea where I was, and I hope to have that same idea where I'm going. Ideally, I've been gone just to come home. So excuse me as I leave for my return. Kaz. One more. Actually, the next one is actually a 22-minute piece, but I revised it to 3 minutes. Do y'all know y'all's ABCs? No. No? All right. Well, I'm going to teach y'all my ABCs. My alphabetically bestowed consciousness. Always assess allegorically adorable anecdotes, articulately addressing any assumingly amended addendums and ulterior agendas. Anymore, ambivalently attacking with an antiquated arsenal of amplified animosity, aptly and ably applied to abjectly ailing allies. Affably, I applaud the admirably aspiring and affectionately alienable actions autonomously apparent anytime anyone astutely attempts to adaptively acclimate to acutely and abusively affected atmospheres, ambiances, auras, and amicabilities. I am absolutely astounded and amazingly astonished by how aggressively adamant and abhorrently averse to acknowledging actual analytically assessed affirmations as so many avid absolution alienating addicts so absurdly and acrimoniously are. Aimless ambiguity and ardent arbitrariness anonymously assist in adding augmented amounts of agonizingly avowed appropriations to the already arduously arrested and abominably aching aftermath of this anthropically aimed artificial attack. Actually, it's abysmally anxietal. Also apprehensively and appallingly alarming because braggingly boastful bureaucratic bastards brashly bargain like bird-brained, blundering, buffoonic bozos, bodaciously bringing big, ball-busting bulldozers, blindly bullying, bereavingly bleeding, and burden-bred beasts. But I bravely breathe to briefly benefit the blankly benign benevolence briefly bestowed upon us. Before becoming brazenly bitter, become beneficently better. Build a broader base, brightly broadening our beyond bountifully boundless and bloomingly beautiful baby's best. Because I've been backbreakingly busy, broadly breaking bales of bodega bought bread and barrels of briskly brewed beer, bourbon, and brandy. Booze. Also, continuously concentrate on continually clandestine congregations centrally centered on corruptly concealed collusions, creatively culminating into criminally cruel and caustically cancerous calamities. Because corrosively capricious communists chronically crave crucially conflicting conditions, crassly creating cosmically chaotic camps, coercingly constricting classically classy cowboys and contemptuously convicting candidly compassionate compadres. So courageously combine the cautiously commingling classes, truthfully causing incredibly clear cleansing and conscientious consciousness, consequently catering to a culturally comprehensive culmination commonly classified as a community. Kaz. Thank you.
Great job, man.